you know, I definitely feel bad for people, but you can't stay on my couch for 2 months. But she started yelling in my face, right? And I just swung on a bit. Fuck a roommate. Hey y'all, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, I'm sitting down and telling you all the tea. Yes, you. About my worst roommate experience ever. To this day, I do not have roommates. We don't do that. You feel me? No. Right off, jumping right into it. Get comfortable. Grab your snack. Get comfortable. Go ahead. So starting off, I was basically in high school, right? So I graduated high school in 2016, and I had this friend, right? We were in this class that was getting us like college ready. I want to say it was called like Avid, which is crazy to say now. I haven't said that in so long. So we were in that class together. We did kind of agree to go into the dorms together because we were both going to the same community college once we graduated. Community college that we decided to go to, it basically has dorms across the street. So to give you a little backstory on this college dorm community, it looks like apartments. There's a leasing office, there's a pool, but they really only lease to college students. So that's why 98% of the people there are college students. Was gated, and they did have security there like 24/7. So that was good to kind of go there and move in there together. That was cool. That was simple. Fine in the beginning. I'm gonna change her name to Sarah. Sarah had a girlfriend at the time, right? So obviously I knew them moving into the dorms that the girlfriend would kind of be around. In the beginning, everything was cool. We had like late nights, you know, the whole college party thing, getting to know each other, actually living with strangers. Mind you, this is a 4x4 that we're in, so she had one bedroom that had a bathroom, and then I had one bedroom that I had a bathroom. So we're paying like our separate rents, right? And this new girl, Rebecca. So Rebecca was living across the hall from me. She was like on my side. And so there was another girl. She actually was barely there. We saw her on like move-in day, and then we didn't see her again. She just never came back, and then she ended up dipping out. So that she's not really included in this. Yeah, we moved in. We just graduated high school. We're in college. We're doing the damn thing. We're on our own. I got my own car. We having fun. But like 6 months into it, we started hitting a few rifts in the water. Okay. Basically, Sarah had a job at Pizza Hut. Pizza doesn't close until like 2 and something in the morning. Sarah doesn't have a car. Mind you, we had this agreement when we had moved in that I was going to take her to work if she paid me gas money. Beginning, it was cool, but once she started hitting like her hardship, she couldn't pay me gas. I was like, I can't take you to work because my car don't run on love, sweetheart. Unfortunately, you know, she would get off late from Pizza Hut or whatever, and then have to get a Uber back to the crib, especially if it was like 2 in the morning. When she was paying me, I would pick her up, you know, stuff like that. To give you a time frame of when we were up and what we were doing: partying, being kids, we in the living room chatting it up, listening to music, you know what I'm saying? At Pizza Hut, she did have a manager at Pizza Hut that she was really close to. At some point, she became like a part of our friend group, and she started coming over. The manager started coming over when Sarah started kind of bringing her around. Now it was Rebecca, Sarah, me, and the manager. We're all just chilling, mind you, and Sarah's girlfriend. So we're all just chilling. So still nothing crazy has happened. We still keeping it cool. Like, a couple background on the manager. The manager was actually like 30 something at the time, a lot older than us. We had just graduated. Some of us weren't even old enough to buy liquor. So at that point, she was the one buying the liquor and providing the other things. And we was just staying up all night having a great time. She's going here, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't go straight home at 2 in the morning. Like, it was a good experience to be able to kind of wild out. But the consequences of that wilding out was academic probation. So let's recap, right? So we all moved in, right? We have the 4 roommates, I just named them, and then the manager comes along and the girlfriend is there. All chilling, usually after work, maybe on a day off, we all do this, we all go here. So at some point, the manager and me started kind of getting closer. As you can probably assume, me and the manager are now like close. We're talking, she's sleeping in my bed, da da da. The days go on. Little things start to arise, like the dishes not being done. The living room is like a mess from the night before. So there was just things that could have been picked up. You know, we tried to kind of verbally say it, or at least give them the hint, like, do your dishes. We did have conversations about this a little bit, and it was, I feel like it was honestly in one ear, out the other. People just weren't doing what they needed to do when it came to like keeping the common areas clean, which was the biggest issue. These problems went from dishes to like people sleeping on our couches for like months on end. That's when there became like a significant split between the friend group. Sarah would bring people into the apartment and let them sleep on the couch for days and days just because they had some sob story about this and that and the third. I understand people might be going through things, but if you're not contributing to like my rent, like this world does not live free and off of love. We all know that, like, come on now. So I definitely feel bad for people, but you can't stay on my couch for 2 months. Why? Because I got roommates. Like, other people live here. Like, it's not just me and you. You feel me? If it was my own apartment, then you could do what you want, obviously. But Sarah wasn't there alone to make the authority to let people sleep on the couch. That's really where it got done. Like I said, we were all pretty young at the time. So this was in 2016, 2018, 2017. Like, we were young, okay? So a lot of our conversations, we would try to kind of get our point across. Some people, it was just a lot of ego in the way. I'm gonna say I wasn't perfect. I just felt like people were doing things on purpose, and it's just the common sense of it all that really made me upset personally. I was like, the dishes are here, like, you know, you have roommates, you just cooked last night and the dishes are still here. Like, what if my mom wanted to come over the next day and the living room has a bunch of blunt wrappers and bongs everywhere? Like, you feel me? It's just courtesy, especially if you're living with other people. Your room could look like crap, but it's like the common area, you don't want it to kind of look like that. I understand that the apartment is lived in, like people are gonna leave stuff, but if you can leave it for a week, 3 days, like that's a problem. So at that point, it was me, Rebecca, we were pretty cool, and then Sarah, her girlfriend, and the manager, they were pretty cool. This is when it became apparent to me that the manager didn't really like mess with me like that, because you can tell when people are acting different towards you because of what somebody else said. Let's just keep it there. With this little divide, we still tried to hang out a little by little. There was nothing too big that we really couldn't like still hang out, especially on our nightly smoke sessions after 2 a.m. in the common area of our apartment. The manager was not a good influence on us at all. We were supposed to be focused on school. We let this grown woman at the good old age of 30 something to come in here and just, you know, bring us liquor and bring us smoke and have us up and go here with us and talk about all of her experiences that we never had. So you feel me? You feel where I'm coming from? But you know, we're all responsible for our own decisions, so it is what it is. So at this time, shit was brewing. Shit was brewing in the pot. The dishes were still an issue. They would get done and then they would pile up again. Cleaning the kitchen in general, laundry. There was just like stuff in the laundry room that was just like, come on y'all, organize y'all shit. And so this is living alone now. I am not like 100% clean person. Like every day is not, my apartment's 100%. So looking back now, people might have just been living regular. It just so happened that we have roommates, so it's like you can't necessarily just leave the dishes after your dinner and just wait 2 days because you go to work and you gotta do this and you can't. At that point in time, you have roommates. So it's the courtesy for you to clean up the living room and the kitchen and everything like that because you have roommates. I'm so glad I don't have no roommate. All right, so when stuff becoming an issue, that's when the whole car thing came back up with the gas because I wasn't taking her. This is the point in time when I became ignorant to my own kind of attitude. I had a car, she didn't, and I just felt like if we couldn't keep that agreement, then it was split. So on top of the fact that you do this and this and this in the apartment, and the apartment looks like shit, like, we just had that tension brewing. So at the point when the gas came up, I just didn't care. Take your bike. Not having sympathy for people at that point in time, I wouldn't say hindered me, but I just don't. I think I could have went around that situation differently now that I'm older. And so I want to say that her thing was, you know, I don't always have the money for gas, and it's like, do I need to give you gas money every day? And it's like, well, her job was not close by, let me tell you. So it was there and back, there and back. If you're gonna call an Uber, you're gonna have to pay for the Uber every single time. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna call a taxi, you're gonna have to pay for the taxi. If you're gonna ride the bus, you're gonna have to pay for the bus there, back, every single time. So for you to say like, the gas money that you gave me is not empty by the time I travel to your job and travel back home and pick you up and come back, that really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because any other way of transportation that you have would have cost you money each and every single time. So it's like, why don't I get the same courtesy because I'm your roommate, because you think it's fine because I'm a person with a car? No. That's really what I got from the conversation that day. And so we kind of ended it there. Like 2 months, a month later, we ended up meeting this new person. This person got in a relationship with Becca. Rebecca kind of was busy, you feel me, in her doing her thing. Mind you, Sarah, the girlfriend, the manager, right? They're all cool. It was Becca and she got a new girlfriend, so she kind of busy. So then it was me. And this is when I started getting into my head, because I was in a apartment with people that didn't really like me or that had an issue. Coming into the boiling point, it was late at night. We had just got home, right? Or I think I had been off that day. I was chilling with Rebecca in my room. We was chilling, cool. The three of them come into the apartment. So I think my door was open, but you know when people talking shit, like, I'm pretty sure we really could have had a conversation about the issue, like civilly, but we didn't. I go outside of my room and they're on the couch or whatever. I really forgot what the conversation or the yelling was about, but she started yelling in my face, right? And I just swung on a bit. I just swung on her, because you're not gonna get in my face. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care. I felt disrespected. I'm gonna swing, period. And there was like a couch right next to me, so I ended up falling back because the couch is behind me, this and that. Truthfully, when I got up, there was no bruises, no nothing. Like, I don't even know if she really got me for real, but I don't know if I got her. All I know is that I felt like the tension was rising. Something needed to happen. So at that point, that's when shit really cut off. I'm not messing with somebody I just fought with. Like, I'm not reconciling. No. Plus, you know, the lease was coming up and people was gonna either move out or stay. The division really did happen. Me and the manager kind of went separate ways because she was, you know, friends with them first. So she was talking her crap right over there in the room, so while I was in my room, you feel me? And after the fight, it was a lot of tension, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be around them, they didn't want to be around me, whatever. And I was just waiting for the lease to come up so they could dip it out of here. Another thing that happened, they did have a dog, so this was another one of the issues when it came to the common spaces, because I think they left their dog out one time and he got into some crap and he ripped it up. So me being young, I put all that ripped up stuff right in front of their door, because it's like, you have roommates. This is what really got me. You have roommates. You want your roommates to think you're dirty? Like, and then am I supposed to excuse all of this stuff? Am I supposed to just excuse the dishes like, oh, she'll get to them? They did end up moving out. The lease ended. There was no more fights after that. I kind of cut ties with the manager. Becca stayed. And then Becca's girlfriend didn't live there but stayed too. Mind you, that other fourth roommate that we never saw, she dipped a while ago. She dipped early. She said, I already feel the vibes. Me and Becca were there, so we did end up getting 2 more roommates. We rearranged a lot of the apartment once they left. We staged the apartment once they left. Like, we did it all thinking that they was the bad energy. Like, we staged everything. We redecorated. After we redecorated and we were waiting for the new roommates to come in, they did come. They were nice, you know, definitely in the beginning they were nice. I just feel like as I got older and kind of went through that situation, I was very guarded and I was very not playing. I'm not playing. Nothing's funny type of vibe. Crazy to see that these younger, they just graduated, you know, they just got into this new apartment, this new dorm, whatever, and they did the same thing that we did. They stayed up late, they had smoke sessions, they brought people over. Like, it's crazy. I feel like you're just gonna have to have that experience, I don't know, to kind of get what I'm saying. I wasn't a part of not too many of their little jam sessions because I kind of already went through it, you know? And being so guarded, I didn't really open myself up to them like that. I was just like not trying to make the same mistakes with these roommates as I made with the previous roommates. They were pretty cool, to be honest. But yeah, I was stuck there for another year, I believe. I don't want to say I was stuck there for another 2 years, but it was definitely another year. And then once I left there, I went back to my mother's house. So I believe that's the end of this story here. If you've made it to this far in this video, congratulations. I did a couple YouTube videos during that time, and they're on private right now. Just because you've made it this far in the video, I'm willing to make the video unprivate and give you guys full access. Comment down below the word Hawks. If you've made it this far in the video, you definitely deserve to see the clips, the full face action, the full apartment, because baby, it's a story for a reason. Let me tell you one thing, I am not getting a roommate again, ever again. I don't think I'm a roommate person. I really like my space, and if I want to sit on the couch, cool. If I don't want to do the dishes for 3 days, cool. If I don't want to pick up my clothes off the floor for 4 days, cool. Like, being in my own space is definitely what I need. And I'm glad I had the experience of being in a roommate situation. It made me learn what I don't like. And it made me observe people differently. And it taught me a lot about myself and other people. Yeah, don't forget to comment Hawks if you want that secret video. Go ahead and subscribe for another juicy story time on the way. Catch y'all in the next video.